you think this woman is a predator? It's a man!
I love that one. I love that one. Chef's kiss. Just chef's kiss. In the pursuit of being transphobic, you were too trigger happy, you know? You're just like, oh, running out the gate. Yeah.
I'm just sick of how men
Crush! May I play devil's advocate?
I love the entrance. Oh, it's like the Kool-Aid Man, only less coordinated and a lot more strained.
I've had 3 kids. I can't bounce on a trampoline without peeing myself. Does that trigger trans women?
What?
I wear a fanny pad going out with my friends because I know I'm gonna pee myself laughing for 4 hours straight. Literally pee myself
Laughing!
actual pee. Not PMSL, actual pee.
What the fudge is PMSL?
I should wear those fancy paper pants, but I refuse to do that till I'm over 60. Am I triggering trans women?
What? Many of the things that you're alluding would exclude trans women from womanhood would actually exclude cis women as well. Many cis women will not have kids. And
Hey, what up, Dark Native? Everyone go check out Dark Native's channel.
many cis women will not pee on a trampoline. Do you find that triggering? What's up, my bearders and weirdos? One topic here. And today, I still have purple hair. I know that it looks blue, but seriously, it's purple IRL. And today, we're diving into r/ are the cis okay? Spoilers, not really. It's very much like r/ are the straights okay, but in intensity turned up to 11. So prepare yourselves accordingly. By the way, happy Pride, everyone. I don't have any merch for you, and per usual, I don't have a sponsor in this video, but if you do have a spare $1 or $2, please consider donating to the Trevor Project. There's a donation link just below this video with more information, and it's super easy. And you can see how much as a community we've raised so far. And if we raise a lot this year, I'm going to do something epic. All right. Allons-y. I sexually identify as a microwave dinner because I'm ready in 5 minutes. Being ready in 5 minutes isn't the flex you think it is. Look nothing like my photos, and I'm just satisfying enough for you to want me again when you're desperate. Saying that people would only want you, even in your weird fantasy, exclusively when they're desperate is more of a self-own than I could ever.
I don't know. I think that's pretty fucking hilarious. I love that, like, of all foods, like, if you want to pull the one joke and be like, I identify as blank, why not make it something delicious? A microwave dinner? I think even people who eat microwave dinners are like, yeah, I just needed something fast. It's definitely not for flavor or consistency or proper heating.
Come up with. So, good job.
When your son thinks he's slick, I'll snap. Thinks he's in love with her, but it's actually me on my fake account.
Cause you can't play a player. Don't call yourself a player in the context where you're playing your no. Today's video is going to be a wild ride.
That one's really bad.
Kneel to pee? Why? Why would you bring this up? Personally, sitting to pee is just feminine. Just my opinion. You mean you sit to poop? Sitting is feminine. If you ever sit down.
Real men stand when they shit, all right? I don't want to hear about any of you betas sitting down to poo, okay? Alphas stand when they shit, and then they have to go in the shower because they shit all over their legs.
You're a woman! I honestly don't care how you pee, as long as you're not, like, peeing on trampolines. Anna, Robert, Sophia.
Seems like just yesterday we were chilling in your bar.
Oh, happy Father's Day!
Oh, God.
Design can be changed! I sure hope.
Oh my God. Happy Father's Day, Dad. I remember when I was just one of your sperms swimming around. Yep, not weird.
It does. This is a drinking element. This is to be drunk from. The implications were not thought through. I have a student who is refusing to acknowledge and be acknowledged by her legal name. She is insisting that everyone use a name she's just made up. I believe words matters. Words matters. What are these matters of words you concern yourself with? So I'm refusing to indulge. I imagine it'll end up with me being hauled into the HOD again. Again? You think you know yourself better now as a young adult than your parents did when you were a baby? Not in my classroom. They predetermined that you would spend your life as a Bethany. Bethany? Get the fudge out of here. Predators coming to a ladies' toilet near you. And or as a teacher in a school. You think this woman is a predator? It's a man.
I love that one. I love that one. I've experienced the joy of this one already, and it's awesome for so many levels. Okay, I'm sure it's pretty self-evident to my audience, so I don't need to explain it. But chef's kiss, just chef's kiss. In the pursuit of being transphobic, you were too trigger happy. You know, you're just like, oh, running out the gate, yeah.
Whoopsie. The groom, the bride, handcuffs and rings, dragging him away. Game over.
Is someone forcing you to do this? The signs are there. It's been like 12 years now, and I'm still
Haunted.
by the straight lady who asked me, when lesbians have adult fun time, how do they decide when they're done?
I can't tell you how
Because they don't come? Is that the reason you're asking that? Or because women have multiple orgasms and it's just, do you think they set a timer? They have a little egg timer, and like once the 30 minutes is over and the ding happens, then suddenly the lesbian sexual encounter has ended?
how many videos we've had this in before, but it's no less concerning. God is the father. God is the he. But this is what churches are like in California. God's pronouns are they, them.
Oh.
If you think God is all powerful, why would you think God is limited to just one gender? Okay.
God's a
if God
man.
is so powerful, do you think God could create a gender so heavy that even he couldn't lift it?
It's a Simpsons reference.
It's so stupid. The man signal. Someone must be doing reverse sexism. This misandrist is no match for not all man. Man, defender of the defended, the lone protector of the protected, the voice of the voiceful. I'm just sick of how men crash.
May I play devil's advocate?
I love the entrance. It's like the Kool-Aid Man, only less coordinated and a lot more strange.
It's stupid. I love it. Marry young, breed early,
Okay.
breed often. I did
Weird.
not like that. Neopronouns are
Hey,
made
Tim.
up. Yeah, Tim, of course neopronouns are made up. All words are made up.
Yeah, I remember when I replied to that with like, so are all languages, and a lot of people were starting to battle it out in the comments. I was like, this is weird. This seems utterly bizarre.
Language to an experience that people otherwise lacked the ability to convey. This isn't people redefining the word literally to mean literally the opposite of literally. Or people using the incorrect your and your. Fun fact! Buckle up, because it's a side tangent. Neo means new. So for example, when we're talking about the Neolithic period, this shows that it has differences from the other lithic periods, such as Paleolithic, Old Stone Age, Mesolithic, Middle Stone Age, and Neolithic, New Stone Age. Sometimes, dare I say often, we use new variations of words to show how things differ, monumentally and even slightly. I understand that he's phrased this in such an intentionally vague way that it doesn't fall on one side of the argument or the other, but his intent is very easily inferred from the statement just based on his body of work. Let me pull up one of his tweets from this year. Trans women are not adult human females. It wasn't that
Fun
long
stuff.
ago that Pangea was a very new and radical thought taught in classrooms, or that stating Homo erectus wasn't just a funny way to talk about human ancestry. If you don't continue your learning about the world after graduating, then you are actively being left behind in your understanding of people and the world around you. Tim.
That's a really good way of putting it. I was talking about that earlier, especially when we were watching like Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh, I was just like, he just seems to have very antiquated understanding, and he's not willing to kind of follow the science on a lot of these issues. So to him, you know, woman must have vagina, man must have penis, and his understanding of sex, gender, sexuality, all those kind of things. They're basically, I don't want to follow the current understanding of the known universe. I would rather just regress into my original ideas, and that kind of it'll hurt you if it happens to be, you know, the germ theory of disease, or whether or not you should take things like antibiotics. I mean, in cases like that, you're probably like, oh, okay, I'd like to know about what the current science is on this issue.
Have you been outside? Calling people by their preferred pronouns is going to destroy.
Which ones are neopronouns? Yeah, they're just not traditional pronouns. So instead of he, her, they, you're going to have a newly developed pronoun. And then, of course, there's a nonstop debate on whether or not it has utility and stuff like that amongst members of the community.
Boy, civilization? Not nuclear war, economic disparity, or climate change? Really?
If you're asking for my cisplanation as a sissy, I will say that I've just kind of always felt that you should just call people what they ask to be called. Doesn't matter if it's a neopronoun or a name. You know, if someone's like, hey, this is my name, and it's not a name I'm not normally associating with people being called that, you know, like Batman. Sounds like my name's Batman. I'm not going to be like, that's not your fucking name, bro. I'll call you whatever I want. I'm going to call you Michael. It's like, that's not my name. My name is Batman. It's like, okay, fine, Batman. I'll call you Batman.
These 4 categories includes men who state their preferred pronouns. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. Weak men create hard times. At present, with those who are actively targeted simply for being alive, I would say they do live in hard times, and it is absolutely creating strong, self-made men, in fact. And you refusing to use someone's pronouns is not some grand stand you're taking against societal backsliding, but your refusal to accept a respectful, empathetic, and human approach to communication. In other words, you're a weak man, creating hard times.
Oof. That has to be, I would say, maybe one of the best one topic at a time moments I have witnessed. That was great. That was very well worded. Very well worded. Just cuts right to the heart of the issue.
Identify as a soda. They really only have one joke.
You are a weak man
you lost
causing
me
hard
as soon
times.
as you uttered the word sis. Sis off. Sis all the way off. Then keep sissing off until you come to a gate with a sign on it saying, you can't sis off past here. Climb over that gate. Dream the impossible dream and keep sissing off forever. I recognize this quote. It's off. All the way off, then keep off until you get to a gate with a sign that says, you can't. Like, I get it. But it's dumb. Being in a relationship with a woman is like being the father of a girl. You just so happen to... Nope! Nope! If a girl doesn't see you as her daddy, if it comes down to it, you know what? I don't want to read this one. I'm tapping.
Yeah. Yikes. Highest degree of yikes there.
Out.
Calling me cis would imply that I feel comfortable with and accept the harmful gender stereotypes placed upon women by society.
That's not what cis means. Cisgender means that your gender identity is the same as the sex you were assigned at birth. This has nothing to do with gender roles.
It's everything women have been fighting against for literally thousands of years around the globe. Stop calling women cis. It's incredibly misogynistic.
Don't at me,
Sure,
just
logic.
unfollow or block me. That's not a great way to start a dialogue. I think you've misunderstood why people are using that term.
Oh my god, it's a wedding! It's my wedding!
gosh, I'm so
yay!
excited to get to the big cake.
I'm on my phone, but yay, I'm supporting you, Bethany. Oh no.
John's getting married!
Give up his PlayStation, bong, condoms, and his...
How did you get a PS5? Come on, no one has access to PS5s. They're just like, yeah. Why do you have to give all this stuff up? What is with the idea of marriage being all of a sudden you have to give up anything that you had fun with ever? And wouldn't this one be a plus because you have a sexual partner you don't have to worry about impregnating because you have other forms of birth control, so you can actually not have to wear or is this just the fucking other people thing?
Scented candles. No!
like fellas, if you have a woman who demands that you destroy your PS5 prior to marriage, you might not be in a healthy relationship. I'm gonna throw that one out there as a little piece of advice. Just might have a couple problems. You will run into more problems down the road that you cannot foresee if that is something that's happening right out of the gates.
Marriage bad. No fun left in marriage. This is such a boomer joke.
Yeah.
Having an ugly wife
My
is
wife.
bad. Having a feminist wife is worse.
That's not what feminism is, unless you're saying that feminism is bad for you, which, if that's the case, you could not be telling on yourself any louder. Cooking these heart-shaped chicken breasts, waiting for my girlfriend to come home from her job, where she makes way more money than me, so I can paint pretty pictures and buy clothes online all day.
Literally no man deserves this.
Go to work.
Literally no man deserves this. Oh my god.
Who allowed this? You try to tell people how happy your relationship is and how well you work with your partner, and they think, nah, no one deserves to be happy. You have a male brain if you, number one, like to make lists. Not really.
Yeah,
Answers
I
honestly
didn't know
when
that.
asked. Does my bum look big in this? Oh my gosh. You can tell a boomer wrote this because they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, people still don't like big butts, right? That's a thing, right? Prefer to read
cannot lie.
non-fiction. No, I like escaping. I like escaping into fiction. Notice grammatical errors.
I love this. Why should I demand a man destroy the PS5 after marriage? It's mine. That's the law, I think. True. It is true. Yes, legally, once you are married, the PS5 becomes yours. It's just one of those things we haven't been able to abolish.
They got me on that one. Find maps easy to read. It depends. We're talking a topographical map, or we're talking a... You have a female brain if you are able to chat with someone you've just met. You have basic communication skills. You're a woman. Lack interest in tech, computers, gadgets, etc. How old is this? How old are you? Focus on beauty and painting opposed to technique. Show me people that legitimately care about pointillism versus realism. Number 5. Have little interest in dates of historical events.
They're men and women.
I don't think you've met very many people. I think you met one person who is pretty unique, and you based all of your knowledge on women based on that one person. I don't even think you've met very many men.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is highly specified. Does my bum look big in this? Fellas, am I right?
You have not been outside.
Just some turf screaming into the void. Where are all the criminal trans men clamoring to get into men's prisons? Where are all the criminal trans men, period?
Is your argument that not enough trans men commit crimes? Shut the front door. I thought the person who wrote the title, the descriptor of this post, I thought they were saying that the post had the turf. I think they were the turf all along. Whoopsie.
Sometimes a boyfriend is the only thing that will fix you. But therapists aren't ready for that conversation.
No,
Yeah, don't expect any problems you might have, especially when they relate to mental health, to be solved by a partner. This goes for men and women and non-binary people. Having a partner is not going to be the single solution to any problems you may have. You should, if you need it, probably get therapy.
It's not real, right? It's
It's hilarious that woke ally girls are kind enough to refer to MTF simply as women. And then the trans community...
It helps with loneliness, though, sure. But, I mean, it puts an undue burden on your partner as well. I mean, if you're expecting, like, a woman to fix all your problems, and you're like, oh, if I only had, like, a relationship, I wouldn't have bipolar disorder, then no. Like, that person most likely is not going to be equipped to help you with the problem that is more severe in that case.
Turns the favor by calling normal females lovely names like cis, AFAB,
and birthing people. I will never understand why they don't like to be called people.
As a married man, why do you have women as friends? Women in my life are my family, my wife, my best friend. Women I work with, not friends. My wife's friends, not my friends. My friends' wives, not my friends.
No woman do I call or hang out with without my
Okay, Mike Pence, slow down.
wife. You don't have friends. That's
Yeah.
not a flex. It's okay to not want to have adult fun time with every individual in your life, right? I'm not sure who is the mechanic, but I'm really sure the car owner is a woman. I don't know. Have you ever thought that maybe they just like snuggling up with the fellas?
So, the hotter a wife works, the cuter she looks. Gosh, honey, you seem to thrive on cooking, cleaning, and dusting. And I'm all tuckered out by a closing
Vitamins, darling. I always get my vitamins. They spelled methamphetamine wrong.
time. What's the answer?
Vitamins, darling. I always get my vitamins. Vitamins for pep. My dad's generation had Wonder Woman. My generation has to wonder if it's a woman. Did your dad write this joke? They really only have one joke. It's very predictable. But transgenderism, also comes out of the gendered system. And it means that in order to support transgenderism, gender has to be supported. So, the subordination of women has to be supported in order for transgenderism to be supported. Flippin' what? Transgender as a phenomenon is the clearest possible indication of the strength of the structures.
Why do you have to work this hard to be transphobic? This seems like so much more work. Like the pretzeling involved in all of this. This seems exhausting. I've figured it out, all right? I've really figured it out, okay? Now, people are gonna call me a TERF for this, but come on, look at this. Like look at the chicken scratch on the wall.
Of male domination going on right now. What an insane logical leap. You seem to have missed several steps. No.
Males carry their center of gravity higher than
Double
females,
temple.
creating advantages in skateboarding that cannot be changed due to HRT. Plus, the Q angle, women are more prone to injury, creating a major disadvantage, regardless of HRT.
Tim Pool really thinks all people's bones look like Pixar. Like this! And this with boob bones. With how this is phrased, it seems like he thinks a higher center of gravity is better for skateboarding, but that's not the case. If you skate like I have, you want to keep low. But let's run with what he's saying and Google, men are better than women at skateboarding. No, but I really like how this is phrased. In a sport such as skateboarding, a man has no real advantage over a woman. It's a matter of finesse, style, talent, and nerves. So then continuing along with this logic, I've done another Google of trans Q angle. And while I'm not something of a bone scientist myself, I did find a study that also includes height as a factor in Q angle. And just reading through some of this info, it seems that the taller you are, the less the percentage difference is in Q angle between the sexes, with other factors coming into play. But again, I am not a bone scientist myself, so don't listen to me. But again, Tim is not something of a bone scientist himself, so why would you listen to him? Get out of here with your everybody has Pixar bone logic. Okay. I Googled the tweet, and this one says, "This is literal nonsense." And you have to believe it, because it's by Professor Dr. Sexy Garfield's Big Yabos. So explain this, genius. Boneless plus SS nose grind for us. Okay, I don't want to show this whole image because it actually shows some kids in it, but it says LGBTQ+, we aren't the same. The bottom one says something I've never read before. Gender chemo. They're really just saying anything these days, huh?
Wow.
I took my 13-year-old daughter to a new doctor. Knew something was off. Doctor spoke in an infantilizing tone.
Out of respect, what pronouns do you use?
I told her this appointment is over. You have no right to push that ideology on my child.
You're not charging me for this appointment, and we left.
You tried to show my child basic decency and respect. What ideology is this?
Been scrolling through the sub for hours? Yes! It's been like 3 now. Cleanse your eyes with these. Okay. I'm religious and trans. And I once saw a rabbi on Twitter say, God created trans people in the same way that God created wheat, but not bread. And to be honest, I love that idea. Christian conservatives fail to see any actual beauty in people. They just want to manipulate people to their archaic standards. True story. I was told by a priest that I didn't have a choice to be gay or straight. I was gay, and I had a choice to be authentic about who I am or hide it. And that God was really proud of the choice I had made. That's literally how it should be for everyone, because that's how God actually feels. And this, friends, is the proper Christian response to coming out. I might have gotten a little riled up while making this video. I have been recording for about 3.5 hours now. I didn't expect those last couple posts to be hitting me in the feels this strong. All of you out there, I hope you're having a happy, a healthy, and safe Pride. Again, if you have a couple bucks to spare, please consider donating to the Trevor Project. If you made it this
The Trevor
far,
Project
you're
is so
cool. Also, consider subscribing to the channel if you want to become a roommate today. I know the last couple times I've reminded all of you, hey, by the way, you can subscribe if you like, and it's very cool that so many of you did. That has been so wild to see, and I just want to say thanks. It's meant a lot. All right, my bearders and weirdos, we'll see you in the next one, where we take it one topic at a time. Roll that outro. One last boob. Fine. Last one. Boop. All right.
Oh, I thought I was gonna. I thought he said boob, not boop. I thought it was gonna be like the skeleton boobs or something like that. But it was a boop instead. So that was the thing.
Do you enjoy the Serfs but prefer not to have to use your eyeballs? Many are saying this. Well, we've got the solution for you. It's the Serf Times in podcast form, available on most major podcasting networks now. If you enjoy it, please consider leaving a good review and feedback because it really helps the show out, apparently, and it's free, just like the podcast.
To our gods, Xander Corvus and Peyton L. Just, we are prepared to embark on a mighty jihad in your name. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we are but your humble jester, attempting in vain to get you to laugh. To our valiant knights of the Round Table, Benji Arnie, Tech Tink, Scary Earth Human, Tony, DM Rivera, Resident Scarecrow, Sir Nickus, Mayred, Cheryl Alvarez, Ruby Kelly, Brandon, Words Greenwood. It doesn't matter what I believe, it only matters what I can prove. Egbert Celine, Matthew Scarborough, Stellar Vision, Ariane McCarthy, Daniel Sutton, Coulter Smith, Jenna Tao, Quiet 185, Anna Loves Riley, Omni, Riley and Anna, Poodlehawk, The Tim Caucus, Multimondi, Trevbot, EXE, Brian Ephraim, Lemmy 101, Anthropophojak, Saren 42, Catherine, Ramon Acosta, Incosin, Agent NDN, Violent Orchard, Political Puppy, La Media Panza, Zach Christensen, Todd Buckingham, and Todd Lajeunesse. We raise our mugs and salute our brave heroes off to another glorious conquest.